One Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy Latre, sponsored by KO Tech, and this is the final DLG versus Kaapstad Dota 2, and they are in the finals. So we are going to have an awesome game right now. I've got a bit of an echo going behind me, but that is okay. And joining me is my old casting buddy Shippy. Shippy, how are you doing down there in Joburg?
I'm doing good, I can't complain. Like a warm weather we're having today, so I'm loving it. Got my beer next to me, so I'm happy as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. So just looking at the current bans for the team of DLG, they have taken out the Magnus as well as the Underlord, and Kaapstad have decided to remove the Monkey King and the Centaur. The current pickup for Deathly Gaming is the Vengeful Spirit, and Kaapstad have decided to pick up the Lich. That is a lot of anti-team fight which the Lich does provide, and that is in the form of the Chain Frost.
That is correct.
Right.
Sorry, I had to sneeze for a second.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a background noise, I think.
Nope, and he's gone. I think his mic just cut out. Let's just see. Are you still there? Talk one, young Padawan. Padawan has disappeared. Hello. Alright, just gonna continue where we left off. Deathly Gaming has decided to pick up a Slardar with the Vengeful Spirit, which is, in my opinion, one of the suckiest combinations you can get.
Alright, I am back, and I do apologize for that.
He's a bit drunk, people, just excuse him.
No, I'm having a bit of sound issues today. I'm not entirely sure what is happening. But yeah, so just getting back into the game, it is DLG that has picked up the Slardar, and Kaapstad have decided to go for the Axe. So it could be the Axe and the Blink that he needs to get up very, very quickly in this particular game, and the Berserker score is going to help the Lich, especially with Chain Frost, and if the Ice Armor is attached to the Axe, that is going to help him even more. The Lifestealer currently being picked up by Deathly Gaming. That is a lot of anti-tank coming from him. He thrives on heroes with a lot of HP, and the more HP they have, the more damage he actually does to the particular hero. I do see that the Nyx Assassin and the Weaver have been banned out, as well as the Templar Assassin and the Luna. We are currently waiting for Kaapstad to pick their third hero for the game. And I'm just making sure that the sound is working properly. Yes, it is. Beautiful. And that is the wonderful. That is the Shadow Demon now being picked up by Kaapstad. He provides a lot of initiation, and he can also assist, especially with the Axe. So that could work to be a core and a disruption coming from Shadow Demon, just pulling them together. And when the Axe comes out, the counter helix from the images also activate, and that does massive amounts of damage. Currently waiting on the fourth pickup for DLG. As I mentioned before, this is the final game, and the Outwall Devourer, that hero is going to be a nuisance for the team of Kaapstad. That is another anti-tank hero coming out there. He has got the Astral Imprisonment, he's got that huge Sanity Clips, and the Arcane Orb, which does do pure damage, and that is just going to completely wreck the Axe, unless he does decide to go and pick up the Blade Mail. Any feelings on this particular game that you're having, Shippy? What is it that you're getting?
So far, I haven't seen any of these guys play, so I'm not sure strat-wise, pick-wise. Kopstad needs to bring out something that can carry them to victory.
Most definitely. They've only thus far got the axe, which does provide a lot of tankability. But I mean, the Outwall Devourer and the Lifestealer, and not even to mention the Corrosive Haze that is from the Slardar. That is a lot of anti-armor going towards that axe. Now, the Slardar was picked up before the axe. I'm not entirely sure why the axe was picked up, though. They still have the option of picking up the Dazzle. But now the Terrorblade. Ooh.
No, it's not Fenner.
That's not the Fenner, that is correct. But yeah, the Terrorblade definitely, all of the games that we've casted thus far, I think with the exception of one, has been, all the Terrorblade picks have won the game, like I mentioned, with the exception of the one. But thus far it is a 99% win rate with the Terrorblade, and that coupled with the Shadow Demon is a lot of damage coming through, especially with the Metamorphosis and the Conjure Image.
Of course, that's Terrorblade for you. And Terrorblade and Shadow Demon, as we know, is a great combo together. So all that Kopstad really need a decent mid to stand against the Outworld Devourer.
Most definitely. The only worry that I have is that Sanity Eclipse is going to take away the Conjure Image of the Terrorblade. So Terrorblade's got to pick his fights carefully. He needs to know when to go in, and that axe is going to be imperative to get Terrorblade into the team fight and do the damage needed. I do see that the Invoker and the Timbersaw has now been banned out. So the Invoker is a very good ban in my opinion, especially with all the disruption that it brings to the game, the Tornado, the Meatball, that ever elusive Sunstrike. So yeah, they definitely had a good thought of what they want to do, and it's going to be an absolutely tough game.
So tell me, how many people is at GAC Lan?
The GAC Lan, from what I've heard, there's been over 120 people, if I'm not mistaken. There's only a couple of seats remaining. As I mentioned in the previous streams, we are coming to you live, with the exception of Shippy, who is in Joburg. So he's just come to help me with the final game. And as far as I believe, there is some prize money up for grabs. I'm not entirely sure what the total amount is, but the team that walks away with that is just going to have some extra change in their pocket. The Tinker is now being picked up by Kopstad Dota 2. This particular hero is going to provide a lot of split push. A good hero to deal with that is the Spirit Breaker or the Nature's Prophet, but Tinker to a certain extent does counter Spirit, especially when he charges, and the laser will cause Spirit Breaker to lose most of his attacks.
No, Tinker is a great pickup in my opinion. He's not a tank, so the anti-tank is not going to wreck him. He can just go and split push as much as he wants while the rest of the team just keeps on fighting. Especially if he gets an Agnum Scepter up.
Most definitely. And the Batrider is the final pickup for DLG. A very, very good hero at isolating enemies, pulling them from a team fight. He's got the Flame Break, he's got the Flames, he's got a lot of, he's even got the Goo. So he's going to provide a lot to the team. And especially the Terrorblade. I mean, I'm sure that the Flame Break is going to hamper him quite a bit in this game.
It will most definitely do that. Looking at everything else, what's your prediction on this game?
Well, I predict in this particular game, I'm going to go for Kopstad, just because of the fact that they have picked up the Terrorblade, and it is one of my favorite heroes to play as well. They have the axe with the Blink Core initiation. They've got the Lich. They've got Split Push. It literally feels that they've got everything that they need to actually try and evade and get around the side of DLG.
I agree with you there. The only thing that I like, I feel that Deathly Gaming might take this one. They've got the anti-tank, so if Tinker is not there, let's say he's quickly pushing another lane or anything like that, these 5 guys, if they stay alive, they can push straight through. The only downside is that Venge Slardar combination. I hate it. doesn't work for me.
Yeah, that is very true, but looking at the Obsidian Destroyer, he's got a lot of damage, and as I mentioned before, a hell of a lot of anti-tank. When he's going to start smacking away, if the axe manages to get that blade mail up, it is going to work up against him. The only hope that they really have in this match is that Astral Imprisonment. It does AoE damage, it does remove a danger hero like the Tinker or the axe from the game, and that is going to hamper them quite a bit. So I'm just going to introduce the side of Kaapstad, and that is on the Shadow Demon will be played by Shax. The Terrorblade is going to be played by CB2. Tinker is played by Wolf. The Axe is going to be played by Tezuka Moon, and the Lich will be played by King of Dongs.
Well, that's interesting. Going over to Def League Gaming. On the Outworld Devourer, we've got Alpha. On the Lifestealer, we've got Dominic Lord. On Vengeful Spirit, Tuturu. Slardar being played by T-Boss. And lastly, Pain playing Batrider.
Alright, we might have an early engagement here, and that is coming from the side of DLG Tuturu. He is leading the pack right now. He's got a little ward down there. Pain is waiting in the wings. He does have the sticky napalm available, so he's just going to slow them down a little bit more. King of Zongs just backing away, CB2 following his lead, and they would comfortably be able to steal this ruin from the side of Kaapstad. They are backing away quite far, and that is a pretty good move from them. I think they're going to want to get this Terrorblade formed up as quick as possible.
That is the one most important thing to do. Get Terrorblade farmed up. If Terrorblade's farmed up, you might just win this game.
Most definitely. So the game is underway. We do have a very sneaky Slardar coming in from the side. The OD as well as the Tinker is in the mid lane. I don't think Slardar is going to be able to manage anything here. He's only got the Scissoring Crush. He has no speed. The only way he's going to do that... Ooh, and Wolf has just overextended. He's coming from the back. He does a beautiful stun, and he is going for Wolf, but there is no follow-up coming in from Alpha. So that did not really go their way. Wasn't really able to get anything from that. Looking at the top lane though, Tuturu is going on to the Lich, and he has got the Sacrifice, so he's just going to be able to deny a lot of golden experience to the side of DLG.
Look at what Sladar's doing. Not a waste, because what is actually getting right is he's giving Outworld Devourer time to actually get some last hits, get his farm that he needs, and keep Wolf out of the XP radius.
That might be true, but I mean, there's no kill coming from that. I mean, the Slardar needs to rotate to other lanes as well, but we do have an initiation onto Turu. Tezuka Moon is going for it. Beautiful stun coming out. Demonic Lord giving a lot of damage towards Tezuka Moon, and this is First Blood going to Demonic. He's going to be very happy with that one, and T-Boss is giving chase to King of Dons.
That is a nice extra bit of gold going his way in this early 2 minute.
Ooh, looking at the bot lane. Oh, that is going to be that is the Shadow Demon going down there, and then obviously Shibichu getting a wonderful kill back, so he's going to be happy with that one. Ooh, T-Boss is in a lot of trouble here. Is he going to go down? No, he's just going to get out of that one. Demonic Lord is having a hard time at the moment. That Frost Blast is providing a lot of harassment.
Yeah, it's gonna keep on doing that till Dominic Lord needs to back out or use himself in this instance. But at the moment he doesn't have any HP, so any mana, so he's a bit useless now. Can just basically go and deny and block creep waves.
Now, looking at the bottom lane, Shibichu not doing too badly. Currently second in the net worth, and the lifestealer is currently in first position.
No, that's understandable. The lifestealer did get a kill, so it was his first blood kill, so he's enjoying that lead in XP.
Payne is using that sticky napalm quite effectively. It is helping him to get away from the attacks. I mean, he's stacking that on Shax at the moment. Shax is taking additional damage, and those sticky napalms keep coming. Is he enjoying playing towards... Oh, he does disrupt himself, and that is the Firefly coming out. And yeah, unfortunately, Shax not able to pull him in or have a successful bait. Shibichi was not interested in that one at all, and just wants to keep farming.
Yeah, that was a bit of a failed, I don't know, attempt of keeping Payne out of the lane, I'd say.
Yeah, they're trying very, very hard to do so, but T-Boz has just overextended. He's been called back under the tower. Stun does come out, but King of Dongs is going to get a beautiful kill on him. Just a bit too much, going too far, and I think they're getting overexcited.
Of course, and it happens quite often, unfortunately, in the game of Dota.
Looking at the bottom lane Shibichu, I see that Terrorblade has 12 seconds on the reflection, so he's not going to be able to slow down the Batrider, but Batrider takes out the Terrorblade quite comfortably. Now we have T-Boz coming down towards the bot lane. He wants to go, and he's going to get a beautiful stun there, and this could be the end of Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon does try and get them away, but now the reflection coming out from the Terrorblade. He has activated the Metamorphosis, and just look at the amount of damage that he's doing to T-Boz at the moment.
It's fast-paced damage, that's the thing. If you look at Terrorblade, he can hit a guy so freaking fast. It's not even funny. That's a quick TP, and he's gonna run straight to his shrine and heal up.
Most definitely. Just looking at the top lane, the Axe Tsuzuka Moon is only on level 4. He has got that Tranquil Boots up, and the Lich has got the Frost Blast level 2 as well as the Sacrifice. So as I mentioned, they're going to use that a lot just to get his mana up and to deny golden experience to the enemy team. Now Payne once again jumping in there. He's got the Firefly active, but he does get disrupted by the Shadow Demon, and Payne is going to be taking damage from some images. Now Shax is in a bit of trouble there. He does get caught up in that beautiful stun coming out from T-Boz, and that is going to be the end of Shax. Very, very good kill there, good communication from them, and they are working their way to try and take game number 1.
No, of course, each team wants it. There's a big final involved. Luckily it's not a best out of 5 for our case, but it's a good best out of 3, and they need to play their game.
Most definitely. Just having a quick look at the mid lane though. Wolf is not doing too badly, currently laying in the 3rd position for net worth. Just to have a quick look at the experience, there is a 500 experience difference between the two teams, but it is coming back in the favor of DLG at the moment.
Yeah, like I said, don't count a team out yet. Give them time. DLG needs... their team needs farm. Unfortunately, that's a very farm-based lineup. Bit greedy, unfortunately, but it needs farm. Looking at the other side, what's the name? Kopstad. They don't need that much farm. The only hero that really needs heavy farm is the Terrorblade, and that might be in their favor.
I mean, once that Terrorblade starts getting that Manta style, can also go for, you know, Eye of Skadi, you can go for an MKB, a Desolator. There are so many items that this Terrorblade can go for. A beautiful reflection coming out there from him, just trying to slow down Payne, and Payne is just going to Firefly his way out of that one. Wouldn't be very wise for King of Dongs to actually give chase at the moment, but quickly looking at the mid lane, T-Boz is in a lot of trouble. We do have the missile. Ooh!
Oh!
Wow! What happened there?
Raindrop. Infused raindrop.
Oh my word. And I think Wolf is very disappointed in that one. Laser coming out once again, and Alpha just going to keep on with that astral imprisonment.
Of course, it's damage. Oh, nice double damage in the river. That's gonna help out for Alpha quite a lot.
Yeah, just to mention that during the qualifying stages, the team of Kaapstad as well as DLG completely dominated the two teams that they were up against, and this is definitely not going to be an easy game for either of them. It's going to come down to who wants it more, and obviously who gets their farm up first. Ooh! Beautiful kill in the mid lane there. And I think Wolf is going to be very, very happy with that one.
I think Outlaw Devourer went at the last stage. Woof! What the hell just happened?
Yeah, it's Wolf has moved up to a second spot in the net worth, and he's going to be very, very happy with that. He should have his Boots of Travel is in the stash, just waiting for the courier to drop that off. That courier has just left the base, and as you can see, the Boots of Travel is there for him. Oh, we do have a smoke up. That is Tuturu. He has got the smoke. He is waiting to gank. I think he's
also
looking
toward.
Yeah, I think he's looking for the axe though.
Think he just found him? Or did that ward miss it? No, the ward's gonna miss. No.
No, I think he was still in that vicinity when the ward was popped down. But now in the mid lane, King of Dongs is moving up towards Alpha, and Alpha is just going to chase him away. He is scared of that astral imprisonment, and he does get astral imprisoned. Now Tutu removes into position. Is there going to be a magic missile? Yes, the stun goes off, and an easy kill for Alpha. Wolf does come out with the March of the Machines. He has popped the laser and the rockets, and quickly using the rearm to refresh his abilities.
No, this Batrider is also not doing too bad in the offlane. He's already got his blink up, and that's within 10 minutes. That's really not bad.
Shibichi might find himself in a difficult position, but he still has the Sunder available. Alpha is coming in from the side. I think he's going to try and astral imprison the Terrorblade. No, he's going to go for the Shadow Demon. Oh.
He has no choice now.
Oh, that is not what they want, and that is going to be a beautiful double kill going towards Alpha, and that is possibly the beginning of the end, and they now need to come up with something. There's a beautiful stack that they're going for right on the edge, and I'm sure that they would want to give that to Alpha. They can give it to T-Bows as well. I mean, he does have to get that blink dagger up.
Yeah, he'll get there eventually. But yeah, there was a lot of gold going in the way of Outlaw Devourer. Looking at top, there's a bit of a sticky situation.
Yeah, laser coming out, that is on one of the creeps. I don't think they want the creeps attacking the axe, but that is the whole point of it. Demonic Lord just jumping out there, going on King of Dongs. He has used the rage, and he is going to... that laser saves the life of King of Dongs. Now Demonic Lord is in a lot of trouble. He needs to run. That Battle Hunger is on him at the moment. Beautiful Cutting Blade coming through from the axe, and that is the end of the Lifestealer. Bay now coming in. He does use the... Lich does go down. Unfortunately, he thought he was going to get away.
Yeah, that was quite funny. Batrider seeing this. No, you will die, my friend. Blinks in, fires. Oh, he used his Firefly. There we go. Burned literally the last bit of HP that Lich had left there.
I think if they did try the flame break on the axe, but it did not cancel his TP, he still managed to get away from that fight. Unfortunately, the Lich was not so lucky.
And as well as the Tinker. The Tinker also fell badly in that fight.
The Tinker did very, very well to... I think it was the Lich that he saved in from the start. With the laser, but yeah, unfortunately Lich still went down.
Right. Tinker has already started his jumping around, tipping around, doing all his stuff. So that's going to benefit him quite a bit.
No, he's going. Yes.
Turboblade not doing too bad. He's actually almost done with his Dragon Lance. And after that, hopefully he'll go for Manta style.
Ooh, Tezuka Moon might be in a bit of trouble here. I don't think they've actually spotted him out as yet, but he does come in with the armor reduction. Battle Hunger being popped onto Turu, and he's just going to back away. Terrorblade very, very wisely using that image just to scout out exactly where the opposing team is, and they know that is an image.
No, it's easy to spot an image, especially if two of them run together. Then it's normally a clue. Either an illusion rune or something else. Manta style, something. Mind you, if I saw that 40 minutes in, I would have thought, how the hell did he get a Manta style?
Terrorblade is really not doing too badly. However, we cannot count out Demonic. I mean, he's got the armlet of Mordigan up already, and that is just going to help him quite a bit. Ooh, woof, laser, and that is the march of the machines.
Unfortunately, that laser is getting such
Ooh, in the mid lane there's a lot of action happening here. Quick TP in there from Demonic, but Outwill Devourer has gone down. The disruption comes out from Shadow Demon. Tuturu is running in, and they're going to get the axe down. That Firefly working very, very well, and that is a trade of 3 for 1. Very, very well played, and a very good TP in there from the Lifestealer, and now they're giving chase to the Tinker. Tinker doesn't really have anywhere to go. Terrorblade coming in to help. Beautiful Metamorphosis, and that's a nice skill that is going to go to them. T-Bow now wants to start running, but Metamorphosis is active, and they're going to get a very easy kill there, and they can safely back away to the base to try and regenerate and get back into the game. That was actually not bad at all.
It was what? I think it was. Let's have a look. 3 for 3 trade, so that's not bad at all. The only people that really benefited in this trade is Terrorblade, Tinker, and Lifestealer.
Now look, any kills that Terrorblade is going to get is definitely going to help him. I mean, that Dragon Lance is already up. That's already providing an additional 140 attack range. Now he's still got to get up to the Manta style, and until that happens, the Shadow Demon is going to help him quite a bit, as you can see, just using those images to push out the lane.
It always helps to have Shadow Demon. He can make such a distraction.
Oh, that is a beautiful cutting blade coming out there. Payne, just thinking about it, yes, he's going to get a deny on that. Actually, he's back into the fray. He's got 2 seconds on the blink. Is he going to go for it? Oh, he gets Astral imprisoned. Demonic Lord now coming into position, and the image of the Terrorblade. There is a lot of damage being done in this fight. Laser coming out onto Turu. He's not going to be able to attack anyone right now. March of the Machines once again moving into the battlefield and just making easy work of those creeps and not allowing them to push any further. We do have a smoke up currently that is on Demonic and Payne. Let's have a look. Demonic, does he have Infest? Yes, he does. He can easily jump inside. Ooh, and they have found Shibichu. He does still have the... Ooh, is he going to be able to get off the Sunder? Yes, he does get off the Sunder. Beautiful one there. And a lot of damage going out. Look at that ulti coming through. And this is just utter chaos. They're beating each other to a pulp. And that is the Slaughter and the Vengeful Spirit that's gone down. Payne is also in a bit of trouble. He does pop the Firefly. Oh, he's just going to be able to make it out there. Ooh. And just
Rider to the rescue.
Just look at this fight recap. The amount of damage coming out, 4,100, that to 3,500, and the XP, should I rather say the gold, going in the favor of, I think this is DLG?
No. Kopstad. Your Tinker is in the side of Kopstad.
It's Kapstad, we are in Cape Town, so it's alright.
Poor DLG.
Well, look,
They don't have the name.
they play very, very well. I mean, you cannot take that away from them. And I'm thinking, let me see you.
What are you trying to see?
Yeah, we're just trying to see what's happening here. I'm just trying to think what it is that the side of DLG need to do in order to come back into the game. Currently they are being pushed back quite hard. They can still get the Agnum Scepter on the Outworld Devourer. That can help quite a lot. On the Lifestealer they can go for the Blade Mail. He can also build an additional BKB, which is going to couple with his Rage, which does allow him to negate any magic damage.
That will help him out quite a bit. Yeah, at the moment, DLG needs towers. They need to get some ground control, map control, whatever control, light race control, whatever they need to get.
Right, disruption coming out there from Shadow Demon, a blink, and that is the Flaming Lasso. Beautiful ulti coming through from the Leech, and that bounces on absolutely every single hero in that fight. Tibu is going to go down as well as the Vengeful Spirit. Only the Shadow Demon has gone down, and Tezuka Moon is looking for a dunk. He does go after the Lifestealer, and now he's going to try and TP out. He does manage to do so, baiting Demonic Lord to overextend, but Alpha and Pain is still in the mix. Beautiful blink coming out once again, and that goo is slowing them down exponentially. There is so much happening in this particular fight. It's literally so hard to keep up, but it is very, very intense at the moment. They are fighting for that prize money. They want to get their name on the board, and they're doing very, very well. Tinker TPing in, he wants to go on to Demonic. He does use the Rage, and is he going to be able to get... Ooh, look how Demonic Lord is eating his way through the trees. Beautiful juke going his way. Laser and a rocket, and Demonic still manages to stay alive. This is absolutely brilliant. Well played there by Demonic, and he is getting out of that one safely. That was brilliantly played by Demonic. Big ups to him. That was well done, well done.
Like or not, it works out quite well.
I wonder how many times you've actually practiced that one, but looking at the bot lane, Tuturu is in a lot of trouble. Ooh, that is the Leech that has actually gone down. Now the Tinker is going to go down. A lot of damage coming through there, and that is done from Alpha. And a lot of that is obviously coming from the corrosive haze that the Slardar does provide.
Ooh. This way.
Tezuka Moon in a lot of trouble. T-Bows is going to go down. Ooh, Demonic just jumping into a creep, doing some AoE damage. Sibitsu is running for his life. He does use that mirror image, and he is trying to get out of that one. He does get the Sunder off on the Batrider, but the Batrider gets him in the lasso, and is that, yes, that is going to be enough to take him down. Alpha now also in the mix, doing his bit to try and get additional damage off, and this could actually be a comeback, and DLG is not laying down for this one.
You've got a lifesteal that can work quite well. The problem is the moment you let DLG get to the later game stage, you're gonna struggle. Even though you've got a Terrorblade, Axe, whatever, they are built for anti-tank. Slam dunk. That's a dead Venge. Venge went down.
Now I'm very surprised that they didn't go for the Axe Dazzle combination, which is also very, very potent and works very well for them. But I think they're going to be more than happy with the Shadow Demon, seeing that he does provide the disruption, he does create images, and especially that of the Terrorblade, there's a lot of damage coming through.
Now, of course. Tinker already has a blink tag up. He bought his point booster now. So he's making his way downtown to pick up, or to almost pick up his Agnum Scepter. He's about 1,800 gold short to his Agnum Scepter, which is excellent for a Tinker.
Now also on the Terrorblade, he is building towards that Manta style. He does have the Yasha up, which is going to provide him additional movement and attack speed already. I mean, he's got already additional 140 attack range, so he's going to be able to comfortably walk into a fight and literally just auto attack. That's literally the only thing he needs to do.
Like they say, the right clickers win the game sometimes, eh?
That is most of the time, yes, but we do have a smoke up, and Tuturu is leading the pack once again. They are looking for the side of Kaapstad. Ooh, there is a scan coming out.
But that scan was for Dire side, and they spotted the illusion. That did not help them at all.
Shadow Demon is in a lot of trouble. He's taking so much damage. Beautiful kill there from T-Bows. But once again, the chain frost coming out from the Lich. That Firefly is also doing quite a bit of damage. Sibichu is now trying to give chase, but he does decide not to go in. Vengeful Spirit is going to go down, and that is from the missile from the Tinker.
Yeah, that almost worked quite well for the side of Deathly Gaming, but Tinker just popped in and said, "Hello, you're not doing this without me, my friend."
Yeah, Alpha actually overextended a heck of a shot, and he is actually going to go down. That is the Tinker that is going to get the kill there. Not entirely sure what he thought was going to happen, but I mean, even the illusions from the Terrorblade did so much damage. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he was right there in the middle of them. All of a sudden, he was quite in the wrong position.
Ooh, swap coming out on the Terrorblade. He does get disrupted out by the Shadow Demon, but Tezuka Moon wastes no time in jumping into the fight. Another missile coming out there. Ooh, that is the Slardar that is actually going to go down. And now the side of Kaapstad is... Oh, just look at that damage. Ooh, Batrider, what are you doing? Double kill going to the Batrider. Sibichu is just going to walk away from that one. I think they would rather get this tower down and get closer to the base. They're currently 4 against 2, and that's definitely something that they would like. But the Odie is coming into the battle. He is looking to find Shax very, very quickly. He's been disrupted. There is a cooldown on the 4-staff, and he's not going to be able to give any more chase.
Yeah, that was well played from Shadow Demon. The moment he saw Odie 4-staffing him, immediately disrupted him and kept him out of the fight.
No, that was definitely a good move from him there.
Saving his own ass.
Oh, most definitely. But that was very quick fingers, though. I mean, I don't even think that Odie finished the forward movement of the 4-staff, and he was already caught in that disruption.
No, it was definitely fast thinking, even for playing on a Luxembourg server.
Yeah, it's these guys are playing on a Luxembourg server. The reason for that is that there is quite a bit of lag on the SA servers at the moment. There has been a couple of servers added onto the Valve network, and that includes Japan and China and a whole lot of others. So they're busy with that, and it is causing a bit of lag. But thus far, the Luxembourg servers are working the best.
As always. That's why you play rank only there.
Just look how easily that tower is going to go down in the mid lane, and that is with the March of Machines. But we do have a pause and some package loss. I just want to have a quick look at the items thus far. On the Shadow Demon, he has gone for the raindrops as well as the Mana Boots. The Terrorblade does have that Dragon Lance as well as the Manta style. The Tinker with the Blink Mana Boots and the Agnum Scepter. Axe with the Blade Mail Blink and the Tranquil Boots. Lich has got that mechanism up, and I would really like to see a Guardian Greaves coming out from that one. On the Outworld Devourer, he does have the 4-staff, as well as the Hand of Midas. The Lifestealer has gone for the Echo Saber, the Armlet, and is now building towards that Desolator. The Vengeful Spirit currently only has that Medallion of Courage with the brown boots. The Slaughter has got the Infused Range Drop as well, and the brown boots. So Slaughter's not really got that many items, and he is suffering quite a bit. On the Batrider though, he does have the Blink Dagger as well as the Force Staff, and that is coupled with an Eel Scepter. So some nice items and some lack of items, but yeah, it definitely seems that the side of this Kaapstad not doing too badly at all.
No, they're doing quite well. Slaughter, I can understand why he's not really buying anything now. He's saving up for that Blink Dagger. He's only about 500 short and he's got his Blink Dagger up and running.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I'm not sure if they're actually going to want to go into this, but those rockets are coming out, hitting absolutely everyone. That is the Tinker that has actually been caught, I think. Yes, it was the Tinker. Swap coming out there from the Vengeful Spirit, and Wolf is in a bit of trouble there. Laser coming through, hitting absolutely everybody. Tezuka Moon once again, beautiful dunk coming out there from him, and a lot of damage. There's 3 heroes going down in quick succession. They can now comfortably push for that lane. It is 3 versus 2 at the moment, but with that Terrorblade, it's literally like facing an army, and very, very difficult to deal with. That reflection coming out, and that is a buyback coming out from the OD as well as on the Slaughter. They haven't managed to take that middle tower down yet, but they will definitely be doing so. Alpha catches B2. He has the Sunder available. Is he going to be able to use it? Yes, he does on T-Bots, and T-Bots is going to go down. But the Terrorblade as well, he is losing a 4-kill streak, and that is 779 gold going in the favor of Alpha.
Alpha will be happy with that, working his way up to that Black King bar, which is going to help him out quite a bit.
Do you see currently Leech is in the bushes. He has got the obs and the sentry wards in stash, so he's waiting for the courier, but he does give Tinker the first use. Tinker's just going to TP back to base.
That's Tinker for you. He can literally jump around, do what he wants, TP as fast as possibly can.
This Tinker is becoming a problem, and I mean, he's going absolutely everywhere on the map. Then he stopped, then he spot, then all of a sudden he goes mid, then he goes to a random location, so they don't really know where exactly to find him if he does TP away.
And that's the fun thing about a Tinker. He can literally go wherever he wants. There's nothing much to try and stop him.
If I was on the side of Kaapstad right now, I would definitely be wanting to get a bit more vision in this area here, and that will just make the push so much easier, especially for the Tinker if he does get ganked. Like in this situation right here, Lifestealer is on his way. He is going to run into those March of the Machines, which actually does do quite a bit of damage to him.
And then he just TPs to another lane and does the same old trick.
So they are going for Roshan, and Axe is just tanking that.
That's what an Axe should do. Got his blink, he's got his blade mail, so he's already happy. I'm hoping he's building his way to that Vanguard, and then from the Vanguard upgrading the Vanguard into a Crimson Guard.
Yeah, the Grandpa Roshan is going to go down, and that is going to CB2, and he's going to be super happy with that one. We do have a smoke up on the Leech though. That should be wearing off very, very shortly. just making use of that sanctuary, and I think they are ready. They could possibly go for the top, or they could go mid, but I think they've decided to go towards top, and that is a very, very wise decision. There is vision at the top lane though, but the entire side of DLG is in the bot lane. They're going to have to all TP towards top, and this could be an interesting fight, and that they could perhaps not even consider TPing in.
Yeah, I don't think they... I'm not sure what they will do. So our decision, the tower is dead, ready.
No, that is
I keep on pushing maybe, or I don't know. They're running out of options.
Yeah, it's very, very hard for a DLG to come back now. They do have a lot of defensive heroes though. I mean, the Slaughter can stun them out, the Obsidian Destroyer can delay them, so it's not going to be easy for Corpster to actually get onto the high ground, and that is where DLG's defenses come in. They've got very, very good high ground defense.
I'll take your word for that, because I'm not sure at all. I haven't seen them play yet. But if you say so, I trust you. And also with the hero lineup, they've got a quite heavy defensive lineup.
See, as they go up into the high ground, it's very, very difficult for Alpha on his own to actually try and do something. The Sanctuary does get used as well as that level fortification, but it seems that the Terrorblade is causing quite a stir.
That is a Terrorblade for you. What more did you expect?
I don't see any of them. T-Bow's a lot of harassment. He still doesn't have the blink available, and Payne has tried to go in, but he does get the lasso off, pulling Terrorblade. He still has Sunder available. Is he going to be able to get it off? No, but he's still got the Ages of Immortal. And Sibichi gets back up using that reflection, and this is a massive fight happening all throughout the base, and nobody has taken out the tower yet. Okay, now they're starting to do that, and they are pushing heavily into the base. That Martial Machine's not allowing any creeps to actually spawn and try and defend any of the Raxes.
Yeah, I feel this first game is going to be GG for Kaapstad.
Yeah, Kaapstad is definitely doing very, very well. Tezuka Moon jumping in. He does have the Blade Mail active. That is the Shadow Demon that's gone down. Ooh, Lincoln Sphere popping on Alpha, but he is going to manage to take out Sibitsu, and he's now going to possibly focus his attention on Axe. Is he going to do that? Oh, he actually TP's in. Axe, Axe TP's out, and woof.
Oh no, Alpha, where did
what happened there?
Off to? Wrong side, my friend.
Yeah, he's not going to be able... Oh, he actually did manage to cancel the TP away, but that rearm just allowing him to get away there.
Yeah, that's too much he can do. Tinker is a broken hero, if played right.
Definitely seems that DLG is not going to give up anytime soon. They're still in the game. Current time is 34 minutes, almost 35, and it's 27 to 29. It's still quite a close game to a certain extent. And I mean, Alpha, he's now finally got that Hurricane Pike, and he's going to be happy with that one.
Yeah, that's one item for Outworld of Hour to have. It's an awesome item, giving him space between him and the enemy he needs to attack. As well as the attack range gets from the Dragon Lance as well.
Ooh, quick smoke up here. We have Axe in the mix. Ooh, he actually does manage to find Demonic Lord. Blade Mail does get popped, Rage as well. Ooh, that's the lasso coming out there from the Batrider. And, ooh, Shax is going to find himself in a bad position. He is actually going to go down. Ulti from the Leech coming through, and beautiful cutting blade coming out there. T-Bow's now in the mix, and Axe, just look at him tank. Oh, Tinker is going to go down. Ooh, that was a very, very late ulti. But I don't think they've given up on the axe yet. They really do want to find him. The leech does run up into the bush, but T-Bows is going to find him. a quick interceptor sending T-Bows up, and he is getting out of there, running very, very fast. I think we saw Hurricane Pike is 12 seconds away. Very cheekily, he's picking up that bounty rune, and now finally he's actually been caught in that astral imprisonment. That stun actually just too early.
He's off again.
And Alpha finally gets the kill. But at the same time, looking at the top lane, this Terrorblade is doing very, very well. He's just picked up the BKB. He is still being lassoed up there by Batrider, and he's unfortunately going to go down. He tried his best to get in, but he's taken a tower, and he's also managed to get the melee barracks down.
Yeah, and that's definitely what they need. Terrain tracks, only thing standing in the way. The creeps can actually double up their strength and keep on pushing.
Yeah, they've done very well in that regard. I mean, they're forcing the side of DLG to come out of the base, fight against 3 or 4 heroes. But I mean, the Terrorblade's got so much split push, it's really not even funny, and not even to mention the Tinker.
And then stop laughing, my friend. It's not funny.
It's not funny. You funny
not
guy.
Funny. Don't laugh at me.
Funny guy.
He's a woman. Sorry, I can't stop laughing at the time I hear. He's a woman. Yes, he is a woman.
Alright, so now the side of Kaapstad, they've found Tuturu. He's in a bit of trouble now, but Tabos, he's got the blink. He does blink in. He's going to go on to the Shadow Demon. Just look at the amount of damage coming through there. Lasso being popped up, and that is going to be the end of the Lich. Now, Shax, yes, he is also going to go down. She beats you, literally does a U-turn as he wants to go up to that stairs. He turns around and runs back. He is not going to go in there. There is absolutely no reason to.
Go woof. Go woof yourself.
Yeah, Woof caught out there by the OD. And it's still actually hard to call who's actually going to take this one.
Yeah, this game is quite in the favor of Kaapstad, and yeah, that's definitely a good thing for them, but they are extending this game way too much. Like I said previously, if you're gonna give time for DLG to get farm up on the Outlaw Devourer, on the Lifestealer, on a Slaughter, you're gonna have problems.
Yeah, it does feel that the game is going on a bit too long, and as you said, yes, Kaapstad, or DLG rather, they are getting their farm up, and it is going to become a hassle later on in the game. But the Terrorblade is still there, it's still one to be feared, and we'll have to see how this game progresses.
And like I said, I'm only in favor for DLG if they reach the late game. They've got a greedy lineup, but at the end, greedy can pay off.
Ooh, and Leech has actually been caught out of position, and he's going to pay dearly for that one. 40 minutes.
Pulled out of position.
40 minutes into the game, and it's 29:37. Leech was out of position. I mean, look where everyone else was, and Leech was caught off guard, and he was lassoed up and taken. So, I mean, there was nobody to assist him.
No one could assist him. Got immediately lassoed. Then Batrider forced off himself forward, pulling Leech as fast as he possible can out of position, and that just got him killed so fast. It's not even funny. It
does feel that Kaapstad at the moment is doubting if they should actually, push any further. they've got the metamorphosis available as well as the reflection and the conjure image from the Terrorblade, and he should be able to easily push a lane. T-Bow's waited for for the Tinker to come in, but Payne also hiding on the side, and yeah, Tinker definitely thought something was fishy and he backed away.
Yeah, this game might turn around if Copstar doesn't decide to go and try and end now. If they're going not to end now, they might get in a lot of trouble anytime soon. Look, Rashan is also up now, so in my opinion, Copstar should get their wards up like they already have, in my opinion. Then I can go jump into Rosh, get the Rosh on whoever, and then just push. Go straight for that last Drax. If that Drax falls, you only got a ranged barracks left, and that's going to be take down.
Yeah, this is going to be a risky play.
Oh, look at this tower. With all the illusions. Wow! The illusions wins the game.
Those illusions do quite a lot of damage, but I think when Copstar goes in here, ooh, look at this one. That is a Lotus Orb on an image.
Yep. That's just to be mean.
I think that's just to try and fool them a little bit. But I'm wondering if they're ready to actually go in. The Eye of Skadi is complete on the Terrorblade, and once again massive amounts of damage. That Manta Style has just been completed, and once again the Lotus Orb being applied.
It helps because it forces OD to use his.
Ooh. Payne, I think, misjudged that one.
If Payne landed a bit of trouble, eh? Especially with Axe right there. Yeah, it forces OD, Outward Devour, to use his Arcane Orb as much as possible to try and keep the illusions dead.
No, I mean, this Obsidian Destroyer dealing with those images quite easily, but it would be interesting to see how they're going to manage to defend this high ground. I mean, on the other side of the map you have Tinker. He's continuously just pushing, and everyone from the side of DLG is sitting in the bottom lane.
Yeah, and they're constantly keeping the enemy busy, forcing them, or making space for Tinker to actually get a few items out.
Wondering what they're going to do now. Are they going to continue pushing at the bot lane, or are they going to consider moving towards mid or even top? Tinker has disarmed the Batrider, but he still gets lassoed up with that Firefly and the goo coming out. A lot of damage he's actually picking up, but now this is the opportunity for bot to actually push, and they have not taken that opportunity.
Yeah, they were not close enough to the creep wave to even try and push it. If they were, they could have maybe done something. Oh, break they needed.
It's Axe that is on a killing spree at the moment. There's a lot of chaos breaking out at the moment. Payne is trying to go in there, but that reflection is slowing them down so much. Tinker did unfortunately go down, as well as the Obsidian Destroyer and the Slardar. But Sibichu continuously hitting away, and Demonic Lord taking a lot of damage. He's using that armlet. He's trying to survive as much as he possibly can, but those images become just too much. That is going to be the end of the Lifestealer. Once again, that reflection comes out. Now they're pushing towards the bot lane. GG getting called, and that is game number 1 going to Kaapstad, and DLG not able to get game 1 under the belt, and this is definitely going to be game number 2. And Shippy, any thoughts of this current game?
It was intense, I must say. I did not see some things happening, and other side was a good game.
Very, very good game. We're going to take a very short break, guys, and we will be back shortly. And do stay with us. This game number 2 is coming up, and as I mentioned, there is prize money up for grabs. Kaapstad does take the win, and we will see you guys in a couple of minutes. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back. Just a very quick update. I want to apologize for keeping you guys waiting so long, but the servers or the issues that the guys are experiencing on the server is putting a hamper on things. So unfortunately, I will not be able to continue with the casting. The guys have decided to play on the local servers, and unfortunately with the local servers it does not allow for casting. So with that, to both of the teams, I also just want to say thank you very much for Shippy joining us all the way from Joburg. Thank you very, very much for taking the time out. I do apologize for this, guys, but yeah, that will be Kaapstad, and they will be going up against DLG. If you guys want to spectate that, I'm not sure if you can even spectate that on local servers, but you guys enjoy it. And from our side, Fruit Loops, Shippy, you guys have an absolutely awesome evening, and I'm now going to start enjoying the LAN for myself. Thank you very much.